Yes, we are live now.
Here we go.
So, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to everyone, whoever is watching from anywhere of the world. So, today we are going to talk about study in Canada and specifically study in University of Regina. Today, I have two special guests with me. One is Cherry, and another one is Jesse from University of Regina. So, first of all, I will go to Cherry. Could you please introduce yourself a little bit more?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Davki from JRK International, for inviting us to speak with you all today. So we are from the University of Regina International Recruitment Office. I myself am the Education Consultant Support Assistant, and Jesse here is my manager. So you have a lot of knowledge that hopefully we can share with you today. Thanks for having us.
Then, Jesse, could you please introduce yourself a bit more, please?
Hi everyone, my name is Jessie. I'm the manager in the International Recruitment and Marketing. Very happy to be here to share our information with everybody. So I hope everyone enjoyed the session.
Thank you for you introducing yourself. Cherry, could you please let us know about the university a little bit more so the viewers they will know about the university, please?
Of course. So, everyone knows obviously that Canada is an amazing study destination across the world. We're definitely one of the top places that you could certainly come and join us. We're known worldwide for our high quality education, our safe environment, and the great nature that we have at our doorstep no matter where you are. And certainly, Regina is no exception. Um, I'll introduce the university first. So the University of Regina is actually one of Canada's top comprehensive university. So what that means is we have a plethora of options available for students, anywhere from non-credit English as a second language program studies to undergraduate to postgraduate with masters and PhDs. And along with that, there's also a lot of research opportunities and work opportunities available here on campus. Now, pursuing their education here will pretty much help prepare them for a successful career wherever they want to go. We are large enough of a university. We have about 16,000 students and a population of about 2,400 international students. So we're large enough to host students from over 90 countries, yet we're small enough to give students a more personalized and focused academic experience. So students are really able to get to know their professors and faculty and all the support staff and everyone here to welcome them on campus. It's really nice that we actually are also known for having a smaller class size. We have a student to faculty ratio of about 20 to 1, and there are many student associations and kind of social clubs of sorts on campus to really help students integrate to our socially in the community here on campus. So, one of the beautiful things about Regina is we actually have Wascana Park, which is one of the largest urban parks in North America, which is comparable to Central Park in New York, which everyone knows from a lot of Hollywood movies. But
Surely.
the nice thing is Regina isn't one of those large, massive urban centers. So you only share the park with about 250,000 people because we've got about 250,000 just within the capital city here, Regina. Now, the great thing about this that I mentioned is because the U of R is kind of nestled right south of downtown, right beside Wascana Park. So it's literally at their doorstep. So if students are either living on campus or near campus, it's pretty much their backyard to go and play in. Or if they want to go for a walk and enjoy nature. So our beautiful modern campus, you have this amazing nature that Canada is known for, and very friendly, small town, welcoming community feel.
All right. So, could you please tell us a bit more about the programs you are offering to the international students, please?
Certainly. Okay. So, like I mentioned, we have our undergraduate programs, ESL, as well as our postgraduate. So, to introduce a bit about our undergraduate programs, we have the Faculty of Arts, the Faculty of Business Administration, Education, Engineering and Applied Science, Media Arts and Performance, Kinesiology Health Studies, Science, Social Work, and Nursing. So, to highlight some of our programs here, Arts, for example, is more of the humanities and social sciences, so your international studies, environmental studies, philosophy, psychology, human justice, some of those sorts of programs. Then we have business administration, which is really, I would say, one of our top contenders for programs. It's actually the Hill Undergraduate School of Business. They have their own dedicated institute of sorts. They promote experiential learning, and they're a member of a worldwide network of business schools that focus on knowledge exchange and opportunities for students. They support students to attend both national and international competitions, where quite often our students rate in the top year over year. So once again, great opportunities. Now, we also will have the Faculty of Education. The Faculty of Education is quite competitive, but they have tried to open up their admissions to have more initiative for international students and really they're looking to diversify and hoping that more students can come. So they can actually apply directly from high school and get right into a bachelor's of education, where I know some other schools, students will need to have either previous teaching or some sort of previous studies, but we have a great opportunity for them here. We also have our Faculty of Engineering. So for our specialty here, it's very much in demand. It's one of the top engineering programs in the country. Majors include environmental, petroleum, software, electronics, and industrial systems. So we have state-of-the-art labs here on campus, our Research and Innovation Center, as well as the Petroleum Institute, where students have the access to these amazing labs for doing their research. And also, what's really nice about the University of Regina is our saying is as one who serves. So we kind of look at serving and connecting with the community, and our engineering students will really take their sort of prototypes and connect with the community, and even be working with the farmers and the local community for testing out their products of what they're developing and kind of do research with them. Now, we also have, and within the Faculty of Engineering, software systems will be of interest for students kind of looking for more of the IT side. But also for IT within our Faculty of Science. Now, they also have the natural sciences like biology, biochemistry, environmental, geoscience, physics, etc. But we also have software systems development and computer science. So the nice thing in the computer science program is students can do different focuses, like anywhere from sort of graphic design with creative technologies to more of a business focus if they're looking to get more into the company stream. So a lot of these programs, they're available for students. There's also kinesiology, social work, and nursing if they're interested. So that'll be more of our four-year programs. At the U of R, we also offer certificates and diplomas. So our certificates are 1 year and our diplomas are 2 years. So some of the programs that I'll highlight is our diploma in business administration, which it's a ladder program. So it's essentially the first 2 years of business studies for the bachelor's. Then we also have the diploma in health studies, diploma in computer science, diploma in general science, which is kind of the introduction for the first couple of years. Another quite popular one is our certificate programs. We have the certificate in administration level 2, which is sort of a 1-year course of intro business classes. So students have the flexibility of applying into any of these faculties and taking their full-time main program, and some of our certificates they can actually take concurrently with their main program. So I myself, I actually did a bachelor's in psychology as well as a certificate in international languages. So the nice thing about the U of R is students can really have the flexibility to customize their educational path for themselves.
That's good to know.
Thank you.
So, was there like tuition fees ranges actually?
So tuition fees, you can estimate that your first year of classes will cost about $18,000 Canadian. That will be for the fall and winter semesters, taking full time of 3 to 5 classes, or on average about 4. So students can just depending on what faculty they're in, they can estimate based on that. But obviously, depending on if their program's 4 years versus 2 years, their tuition is going to vary a bit. Once again, with that flexibility theme, students actually have the ability that they can pay by semester. They don't have to pay the entire program cost upfront.
Yeah, that's good. So they can pay by semester wise, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So in a year there will be 3 semesters, am I right?
Correct. So we have the fall semester, which is from September to December, the winter semester, that is January to April, and then the spring-summer semester, which is from May to August. Now, in the summer, students can sometimes work full-time. Some of them will continue their studies, and we have sort of condensed programs, so some classes might even be just 1 month or 2 months.
Okay. So that means they will have opportunity to go for holiday or work as well during that time. All right, good to know. So how about like scholarship opportunities for the students? Could you please
For
share?
sure. So, when students apply to the University of Regina, when their application is assessed, we will actually do a calculation for their entrance average. And based on this, if the student has an average of 85% or higher, they can actually get a $3,000 entrance scholarship or 8 months free residence when they're applying into those 4-year undergraduate programs. Now, that's just sort of our first welcome scholarship. We also have, with one of our initiatives, because of COVID-19, we understand sort of the struggle that some students have. So we also are waiving the application fee up until August 31st. So in time for the undergraduate level. We also have a well-vetted scholarship where if students are able to register for and take a class or classes in the fall term, so from this coming September, they'll actually get up to $3,000, so about $1,000 tuition for the winter semester, and then $2,000 for residence here on campus for the winter and spring classes. Pardon me, semesters.
So you will be able to hear the Sherry that part because I know the signal cut a little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Sherry, you can repeat it one more time. I think they cut it off from the one you talk about, the new scholarship, which is they register
True.
class for September, and then they will be able to get 1,000 winter 2021. So they're missing that part. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Jesse. Yeah, so like Jesse said, for that welcome scholarship, if students register and take classes in the fall, so from September, they can get $1,000 towards their winter tuition, as well as up to $2,000 for on-campus residence. So if they're looking to live here for the winter and spring, summer semesters.
Okay, that's good.
Of course.
That's good to know.
Now, of course, we do also have quite a large database of applications where students would need to submit applications for certain scholarships. So there's anything from faculty to program specific to ones for just international students, people who may have certain extracurriculars. So students can kind of, depending on their own personal story, they can kind of search through the database and see what would apply for them. Did we hear that okay?
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's good. So, Cherry and Jesse, like by this time we got few questions, and then again, so we'll take some questions, and then later again we'll go for the discussions. So thanks for your lovely discussions here. So here is few comments. One is saying like these students has done HSC, I mean higher secondary certificate 3.42 in 2017 and SSC 4.11 2015. So he has IELTS 6. He's asking for, can I apply for bachelor at University of Regina? So basically he has done 12 classes, just to let you know.
Okay, so for high school, it would depend on which program he's wanting to apply into for which classes we would need. For example, for arts or business, you need to have your English and then a math, as well as for arts, you would need a science, but then you need to have a humanities of some sort. Whereas if students are going to science, they need to have both a mathematics or a biology, chemistry, computer science of some kind. However, with his IELTS, so for our English language proficiency requirement for the U of R, everyone has to demonstrate that they have a certain level of English. So even I myself as a Canadian, with my high school being here in Canada with English speaking and taking my English classes, I demonstrated that I had a certain level of English. So some of those requirements would be if students don't have it within their education, like if they take in Cambridge or Pearson, if they just the normal high school within Bangladesh, then they
Yes.
could take, for example, IELTS. The minimum requirement is an overall band of 6.5 with no band less than 6.0. Now, that
Yes.
being said, students can also get a conditional offer, which means that they are admissible to the program or faculty that they're applying to. However, they don't quite meet the English language requirement, so they can either retake IELTS or they can come and study ESL here at the U of R.
Yes. So
And
ESL will be for how long?
ESL will depends like the student. Like currently, I
Okay.
can see the student mentioned about their IELTS is 6.0. So we
Yes.
really need to know like that's overall 6.0. How about each band? So if each band's not less than 5, you will be placed on the ESL, the last level, which will take like around 3 months to finish the program. If you pass the program, you will be able to get into the University of Regina. And also,
Sure.
we can also let the student know. I know current the situation, like because like COVID pandemic situations, a lot of students not be able to retake the IELTS. So we did
True.
accept the Duolingo. So Duolingo will be another choice to student because it's very fast to get the result, and then it's not like very expensive like exam student can
True.
take in this time. So for the Duolingo right now, we are accepting overall 110. So if you get this 110, that means you will be able to meet our English language proficiency. Okay.
Okay. So like so you are you are taking it like 110 is equivalent of 6.5 almost.
Yes, that's yeah.
Okay. So that's good. Thank you. So here's one more question. Could you please tell us something about available bachelor program in our university? I think we have already discussed it.
Yeah, it depends on
So
what the student would be interested in.
yeah, here I want to do masters in hostel management. May I know about tuition fees? And I have 5 years gap. Will it affect?
I
Okay.
don't think we have that one though.
We don't have hotel management specifically, but students, like if they're wanting to take an MBA or something like that, we do have the Kenneth Levine Graduate School of Business. And if students are interested in that, we can certainly provide a bit more information. But for
Surely.
the actual admissions, they have centralized their own admissions office, so they have everything go through the faculty directly. So the decision is kind of out of our hands. So for the chances of getting it, I would actually say in terms of the 5-year gap, especially if it's work experience, that is actually one of the requirements for that master's. So it's actually good if they have some work experience. So if that 5 years was work, or as long as you're able to kind of justify the time that you had off from your studies, I'd say you're good to go. At least in
That's
terms
good.
for submitting your application.
So that's good. So all right. So we'll go for here. Also, we got another question. Could you please also confirm us if a scholarship available or not? I think we have discussed it as well, right?
We've gone through a
Yes.
bit of scholarships, yes.
So could you okay, same students asking for the IELTS requirement. So we already discussed about like IELTS requirement. So IELTS requirement is 6.5 for all of the programs, for bachelor and for masters in
Yes,
general.
with the majority of the master's programs, it's an overall band score of 6.5 with no band less than 6.0. So for example, even if a student has an amazing score of, let's say, 8.0 overall, but they have one area of 5.5, that's where the challenge is that technically they won't be meeting the ELP.
Then they will have to come for ESL and then they can go for the main program, right?
Yeah, and they can even, with the ESL program, they can take what we call the placement test. And if the student's English is so amazing, they might actually place out of that. But in some cases, just doing a retake, maybe even with Duolingo, might be the most efficient way for the student to try and meet that ELP.
At this moment, at least.
Yeah, certainly. Down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than
Yes,
that, I add something for.
yes, please.
Most of our program, it is the requirement 6.5, except our nursing program. So the nursing nursing IELTS requirements are higher than 6.5, which is you need to get it at least a 7.5. So
7.5.
yes. So and then they only open once a year. So this is only special program like in our university, like to for because it's a very competitive program. So this is a requirement pretty higher because they very connect with how you communicate with patient, everything. So the
Understand.
English, that's why the requirements are a little bit higher.
So is in total it's 7.5. So is there any specific band for each component?
Yeah, they do have a specific end right now. They didn't send it right now. Like the faculty looking for a little bit higher, definitely will not less than 6.0.
Definitely, it's understandable.
Yes. So if you get it overall like 7.5, you will gain a better position for that. And then 1 year they open for certain spot for international student. For example, it depends like how big the pool. Sometimes they give 5 spots for international student. Sometimes they give 10 spots. So it depends like, how they recruit a student for the year. And also in the nursing program, they have a 4-year nursing program. Previously, they do have an after degree, which like student, you already have a background in your home country for medical or nursing experience. They will consider maybe have an after degree. But this year they are canceled that because like the program, So sometimes like if you're the student looking for nursing specifically, please contact with us. We will be able to provide you more specific information.
Surely.
Yeah, especially right now it's like July. If you're looking for September next year, so you can connect with us at least like December, because application will open on January, but will close soon. When you submit, they need to submit all the required document. They also want the official transcript, everything. So that is it is a very, very good program because like student, when you finish for that program, 100% you will be able to get a job,
That's true.
That's why,
We need more doctor and nurses,
Yeah, it is.
And COVID-19 has proved that one more time, actually. So at least, now we know this, how important these people are in our lives.
It is.
So definitely. So, and for them, like for an example, if students are from Bangladesh or India, so how many classes they will have to have the study before?
For which program?
Like for nurses?
For nursing?
Yeah.
Okay,
If they finish just 12 classes from India, Bangladesh, from Asian side, will it be enough, or like they will have to have some other courses as well?
Their high school requirements not that very, very hard, because if you have like chemistry, science subjects, it's good to go. The problem is the language part. So for example, like they give you a spot for 10 international students. For example, this 50th international student apply for nursing this year. So they will depends on students average, who gonna be the top one. They will cut the line, like the 10 top student will have a chance to get into. But this 10 top student, they have to confirm, yes, they accept the offer or not. They also need to see those students actually get like visa to come or not. They have specific time. Maybe some students say, well, I changed my mind, not be able to come this year. They will give the spot for the next person.
So, I do understand.
Yeah, so that's why like for international student, if you're looking for nursing, of course, you need to apply first. They will give you like condition. For example, what's the condition? When you will be able to submit all the official transcript? When we'll be able to tell them you already got the offer visa? Because like international student, I think the main thing is like how they receive the visa to travel to Canada to study, right? So that's why like it's very important, the nursing faculty too, to confirm when the student will be able to tell them they already got a visa.
So I understand.
Yeah, but the offer letter sometimes, like if you're admissible for this year, they did consider maybe will extend a year to think about maybe next year if you want to come, But other things like we also the good thing for international students, for example, you already got a visa, but actually you missed the deadline. So you still can come to, like, for example, our Bachelor of Kinesiology. We have a health study. They can study those subjects first. Those subjects actually can transfer into nursing program. So they will not like say, oh, I didn't study for like 2 semesters just in start the nursing. But if you study in kinesiology, there will be good start. Like you study some subject with health study connect with nursing program. So when September, you still can catch it because at that time you already have visa. You also have some undergraduate class can transfer into the program.
Wow, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Here's one more question for you. Like for MBA, does University Regina need GMAT or GRE?
GMAT with a score of 500. Put it
Okay. It's straightforward. Do you have anything for other component as well? Like or just 500? It's okay.
Program to program, it's gonna vary, but generally for the Kenneth Levine Graduate School of Business, for a GMAT, they require the score of 500.
All right. And GRE, no at all.
Yeah, and then for the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research, which is the centralized admissions office for all of our other graduate programs, they confirm for you the specific programs that would require the GRE to be submitted.
Okay. All right.
I believe more of like some of the science ones, like engineering.
So we have
Jesse, this might actually be a good one for you to take a look at from Heaven Anthony Gomez. He asks, what's the current situation in Canada
okay, yeah.
to the U of R? How will he get there in this kind of situation? I'm guessing he means with COVID-19.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Please. If you want to kind of go.
Okay. So the current situation for Canada, like as like the right now the RCIC policy, if the student you receive the study permit or approved visa before March 18, 2020, you will be able to travel and enter Canada. So that means, like, of course, when you come to Canada, you have to have a 14-day quarantine plan. But it's not even you have that plan, it's not say 100% they will let you in, because like the plan, they will be specific. The border office will asking a lot of questions too. So and then so in order to support our international student, RCNCD provided some information currently, like they will have a 2-stage to process their file. Like first stage, like principals admitted, because a lot of places you'll not be able to do, like for example the medical check or the biotic check, the other things. So that will be the first approved, which a principal will approve. So for most international student or most Canadian university right now, they did say to the student, they will be able to, if they have those approved, they will be able to start the class like online when they're home. If they receive this approval after March 18, 2020. So same with University of Regina, like for September, right now, we are offer like online course for all the students. So you actually can take the class at home. So you not need to like actually travel, except like your subject will be like something have a lab. Yeah. So, but this is really, compared with the first year student, you usually will not have the mandatory lab class for first year. Yeah. But for the third year student, they might situation happen, especially like engineering or like some science student. So on our website, they did have specific subjects showing like which faculty, what subject actually need this kind of lab instruction. So University of Regina, like our office, international office, will provide support letter if you class really need the subject like with the lab, to support you to when you enter the border, to tell the officers, say, well, I really need to take this class in campus, so it can kind of support you when you enter the country. But still, if you didn't receive it visa before March 18, you will not be able to do that. So, but the things like right now, the policy change day by day. It's really hard to tell. Like tomorrow, you might change like all open to everybody. But right now, current situation in Canada, like it's getting better. It is we are in a back to the office step by step. But University of Regina, September will still offers the online studies. But in Regina, like for example, like elementary school will be back to the school from September, and daycare is already open. And most of the government officer will slowly get back, like they start to take term, like schedule to back to the office. That means like situation getting better. And every province, like this pandemic situation, a little bit different too. For example, like if you're Ontario, will be there are more cases compared with Saskatchewan. So every province, their action also is a little bit different. Maybe University of Regina will, or Saskatchewan province will open sooner than Ontario. So
Understand.
yeah, that when student admit into the University of Regina, you will receive like this kind of a communication email like weekly. So we will be able to update to you what exactly the situation. We also, if you already have approved visa or you already have a visa, you can connect with our international student service. They will really take care like your situation. For example, like they will mention about like, for example, oh, what kind of document you have it, how we can help you register. If you're not register, we will be able to defer your term to the next term. Or if you want to come, so they will say, well, what's your plan gonna be? When you're gonna come? If you live in the residence will also take care of the student in the 14 days quarantine. So they will provide all the support for the international student for if they live in the residence for the 14-day quarantine plan. Okay.
Okay, and also is in Canada is there any current ban for international students? Like some countries like international students they cannot come. So is it something like that?
No, we don't have this because like it's not like they ban the student. It's just like everyone cannot enter the country if you don't have the visa before like March 18, 2020. Once they open, they will come, right? So right now it's not just for international students, it's everyone. Even like United States, like all the borders closed right now, so they not be
Okay.
able to come in. Yeah.
So when do you think like it might be open actually for everyone?
Right now the situation getting better, but it's really hard to tell. I'm not be able to
Understand. No,
predict.
I'm
Yeah,
just assuming.
yeah. But the visa situation, you can see like every 2 months is getting better and better.
Not true.
Yeah. So because like I can see the Canada government, it really support international student. They offer a lot of like good things, like even they have emergency funding for support international student, and then online course, most Canadian university provided a support like tuition, not increased tuition for sure, deduction for the tuition for the student too. And also you see the resident supports 2,000. If you live a resident, when you January physically come, they give them release for some discount on when they live in the residence. So it is right now that it's really tough situation. So I hope like student and then also Canada, like university can get through this together. And then will be a very good opportunity to student to consider like, okay, if I study abroad right now, it's a good time to communicate with and have a further plan. For example, if you didn't apply the visa, I recommend you like if you received the offer letter, please apply, because sometimes like when the pool open, if they are first come first serve. So the visa officer also mentioned they were using all the energy and focus on the student who already apply in the pool to finish those process the application as soon as possible.
Understand. Good to know. Thanks, JC, for the clarification. So here is one more question here. Like, can you can you please tell me some programs related to my background that University Regina offers? So search me some programs that requires the literary background, and also what's the prospects of this discipline. He has done his bachelor in English literature. These students. He wants to look. He's looking for master's program.
For Faculty of Art.
Yes,
Yeah, there
he's
is
from Faculty of.
could get a master's in English. There's also journalism.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to continue kind of on that communications writing sort of path.
Mm-hmm.
I think a student also can choose like education in master program.
Yeah, true. It's like arts in humanities. I mean, they can choose these kind of programs because it like English literature, it is considered as like humanities or like arts.
Yeah.
So I mean, something like that. So they can
It's
choose something
pretty,
like that.
actually, there's a lot of option. It depends student,
Yeah.
like what career ways you in the future you want to pursue too. You know, you want to
No.
pick up. Yeah, I thinking for education, I will recommend education because the education will be a good choice. And then I thinking will be more choice to student to choose a work in the future. Especially
Exactly.
like international student, if you already have a master in education, you can speak second language. It will be very helpful. You can, get a very good job in Saskatchewan.
Postgraduate, it'll be a good opportunity.
Yeah.
That's good. Here's one more question. I have done Bachelor of Maritime Science, natural, expecting a CGPA 3.5 plus and 3 years job experience in subject-related sector where English is primary language. Is there any possibility of for me masters any maritime subject in Regina?
So nautical, that's like ocean kind of stuff. Regina
Understand.
is like smack dab in the middle of North America. Like the closest ocean's probably a good 2-day drive away. So if you're looking for ocean maritime specific, we might not be the best fit for that. However, if you like, we have a pretty strong biochemistry side. So
Yes.
people who are looking for sort of like the more of the lab genetics, cells, that kind of research, we certainly have opportunities with that. But from the postgraduate side, generally having work experience does help to strengthen that. So in the programs.
And also, I thinking about if the student you're not looking for that specific major you're looking for, like as a master program, like you mentioned about, I think the student made questions like using my previous transcript, can I wait for the IELTS or not? Okay, so
Yeah.
usually when the University of Regina, when they process admission for the student, the university primary language is English. They will check. We do have our admission resource for checking all the university in the world, because on that resource database we're showing that university is accredited or not accredited for us, and then their main language, like the
English
main
or
language,
not.
do the English or not. Sometimes they will say English and other language. They have to have, they say they only have the
In
English as
English.
English. So, and then we're checking the subject, like for example, for bachelor degree, like if you apply for undergraduate, they will checking, do you have some specific social science subject? And then the convert to Canadian grade should be over 60%. But for master program, they will see the whole program first to see like, well, if your whole class was taught by English, it will good to go. So that means that if you can provide us like what's the university, they need to do research first to see a university, like what level they're in, is accredited to a Canadian university system or not. And then they will be able to tell you, yes, you can using this university to equivalent for IELTS or not.
Yeah.
True.
And I know if students, like if they're looking at our, like the U of R specific grad programs, on the grad studies webpage, they do have what they call English exemption. So they have certain universities that they already know for sure that students can potentially get exemption from if they've already studied, and they have programs available through that university that they can potentially get that. So if students are interested, they can also go and find that as well.
Understandable.
If they go, like for their specific school.
Understandable. That's good. Good to know.
Okay.
So I think that was the question still now. So
Yeah.
anyway, and how about accommodation? How about like university? Are they providing any accommodation to the international students, or like they help the students for the accommodation?
Certainly. So we actually have a lot of different residence options. So
Mm-hmm.
we have more of our original funky retro College West, where students can actually have like private bedrooms and then they're sort of in a shared apartment. And some of them are up to like 5, 6, 7 bedrooms. So you're kind of in like a 2-story townhouse style. And typically they'll have a ratio of about 2 people to sharing one washroom. So within the apartments, for example, if it's a 4-bedroom, they'll have 2 washrooms, or they'll have like separate toilets and shower rooms of some kind. Students can also get private dorm rooms where they have their own private washroom and dorm room, and then they have a meal plan to eat at the number of different facilities that we have on campus here with cafeterias, coffee shops, etc.
All right, that's good. Here is another question. What would be the per year tuition for study BBA in? He's
Okay.
looking for BBA, and he would like to know about the tuition fees. So could you
Okay.
please explain
So
him?
once again, our tuition fees are paid per semester. So it really depends on how many classes you're taking in that full year, and if you consider the year just the fall and winter terms, or if it's for like all 3 semesters. But
Mm-hmm.
for business, let's say the student takes when we mentioned the estimation, the average for full time is 3 to 5. So if we take 4, 1 semester of 4 classes in business administration would be about 9,800, so a bit under 10,000 Canadian. Whereas
Okay.
if the student takes just the 3 classes, it would be about 7,400.
How much
So
will it be? Sorry, could you repeat, please?
for three
Okay.
classes, it's 7,400 for three classes.
Okay, 7,400.
And for 4 classes, it's just shy of the 10,000. So 98, 36,
Understand.
85.
Understand.
Yeah, I thinking for that a student as an international student, you have to consider how you take the class. Sometimes a student thinking about, well, I would like to finish quickly, so a
Mm-hmm.
year
Understandable.
maximum. Yeah, January to April maximum you actually can take 5 subjects for 4 months, and then
Wow.
and then spring summer you can take another 4, and then fall you can take another 5, which is maximum you can take 14 subjects a year. But
Mm-hmm.
minimum, you have to take 6 subjects. So the
Wow.
price will be 6 subject to 14 subjects difference. So
Big.
in the student's offer letter, you're probably gonna see a price there, say 18,000. That's what we say it's a marks approximately, which is like give like the student average 6 subject to 14 subject. We pick a middle price for you guys to see to consider, because it also will good for the immigration officer to consider, okay, roughly what's the tuition looks like. But that price is not their actual tuition. So students have to understand that. And then per year tuition sometimes depends the student how
Yeah,
as a Sherry
understand.
mentioned, take the subject.
Understand.
Yeah.
But mainly the fact is like when I know like international students they ask this type of question, they ask like in general,
Yeah.
like okay, in Canada let's say bachelor is for 3 years, so what's the tuition fee for 3 years in total? So then they just divided it by 3, and then whatever comes then it's okay, this is the tuition fees for 1 year. So
Yeah.
this is how they
Yeah.
calculate, they like to calculate. But
Yeah,
of
also
course like
I understand the situation is because like sometimes like immigration officer when they apply for visa, they would like to estimate like, well, if you study whole study in Canada, how much you need to prepare for the student
yeah,
in order to
exactly.
complete the program. Yeah.
So that's the another thing like they would like to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so good to know.
Something else. So with the tuition fees, we know it can be quite costly sometimes for international students. So one of the benefits of going for one of our longer programs is students can actually gain access for the opportunity for our cooperative education. So have you ever heard of cooperative education?
Not really. Could you please explain?
Course. So cooperative education, it's essentially a paid internship. And at the University of Regina, our cooperative education program has actually been under the Career Center and networking with employers. So basically employment opportunities for the past 50 years. That's half a century of employment networking that students can take advantage of for finding work placements. So depending on what program the student is in, they could have anywhere from a 4-month work term up to 16-month work terms. Within that 14-month work term, students can make upwards of 13,000 Canadian in 4 months.
Wow.
So if you consider that one semester tuition is maybe 10,000, that would kind of cover one semester plus a bit. So you're almost helping to kind of pay yourself forward. And the other benefit, of course, is kind of students can learn while they earn. So they're gaining valuable work experience for their actual field of interest and different opportunities for what they could potentially do post-grad. So a lot of our students, they actually end up having job offers for after they graduate with some of their employers.
Okay,
And of course,
that's great.
it makes their resume look really good.
Yeah, that's really good opportunity for the international students, right?
Yeah.
So, like, okay, like also like, when students are studying, can they do internship with the company?
So while they're doing their studies,
Yeah.
okay. So for international students, based on their study permit, generally they can work up to 20 hours per week. So as it's more of like a part-time job, so it really just depends on what employer or employment opportunity they're able to have. Like when I was doing my undergraduate, actually after my cooperative term ended, I went back to school full-time. But my employer actually hired me on as a casual student, so I was working about maybe 10 to 15 hours a week with them even after my co-op term ended. So it really depends on the network and connections that you make with those opportunities.
Okay, understand. Have need else for apply master's program.
Some depending, once again, for eating ELP.
Like, how can international students study as well as work in Canada?
Once again, for your study permit, you have to be in full-time studies, which per semester for undergraduate, for postgraduate is 2 classes, and students able to work part.
I think Sherry's cutting off for the signal.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I can
Could you
answer the
please
question.
repeat?
Yeah. So for international student, like, okay, when you have a study permits, like you first land in Vancouver or Toronto, you will be able to receive that 1-page paper study permit and the entrance. On that, you will be able specific to find out the officer give it to you that study permit can allow you to work or not. Okay. If it's allowed you to work, that means like maximum like 1 week you can work for 20 hours. So the student who have study permit, what kind of student cannot work? The first thing is like if you study in a language school, you'll not be able to work. You have to be study in your master program or undergraduate program as a full-time student. Yeah, you will be able to work. But right now it is like, well, previously I can describe it in Saskatchewan. So international student actually is very, if you tried it, for sure you can find a very good, a good job during your study. But always remember, your main thing when you come to Canada is study. It's not just work. So always remember, keep your working hour in the 20 hour, not exist to the 20 hour because it's gonna hurt your status in Canada. So, and then I also recommend the student always find a job to support during your study because like it will good for to when you graduate, those kind of working hour can help you if you apply being postgraduate work permit because they're counting those hours too. Okay.
That's good. Also, like, yeah, I think we discussed this question, like need
Yeah.
IELTS for apply master's program of MBA. So yeah, of course, like you need IELTS 6.5, and as JC said before that, like none of the band less than 6. If you wanna join to university.
Yes, that's
Less
correct.
than that, then you have to come with ESL program, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So till if they have like still, let's say if they have 5.5, still can they come with ESL program?
So usually if a student didn't meet English language proficiency, we will be able to issue the letter for example, undergraduate or graduate. They will issue the conditional letter to the student. The condition will be how you're going to meet your English language proficiency. So, and then they apply for our ESL program. So the ESL program will be issue them the acceptance letter. So 2 letters together to apply for visa. So immigration officer will understand, okay, the student's plan is study for ESL program first. When they finish this program, they will continue their study in their undergraduate or their master program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Understand.
Why do I even try? Sorry.
We are glad Cherry came back. I think she's having still network problem there.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. It may be time. Do we have any final questions?
I think she's having the network issue till now.
Yeah.
Right, Jesse?
Yes. Do we have any other questions?
No, I can't see any more questions actually from the students till now. So
Yeah.
no, I don't see any more questions from the students till now. So if students from now they want to apply for the University of Regina, like which intake can they apply for?
Okay, so the students say they want to apply for ESL. So we'll talk about a little bit ESL. So we always recommend the student always apply for undergraduate or master program first, because you need to see you actually need to study your in ESL or not. Okay, on the letter will very specifically mention, yes, you need it to meet English language proficiency. So you apply for ESL. So ESL application fee is 100, but if you apply for undergraduate program first, they will waive the 100 application fee when you apply for ESL. And then for ESL, they were asking the required document, just your passport copy. And then you need to let them know which term you want to start. So current situation for ESL program is like, because of pandemic, like 3 months tuition is around 3,900 for 3 months. Okay. And then student, when they apply, they need to pay some tuition deposit in order to tell them, yes, actually, I really want to come. And if the student start in ESL, just the ESL program, they don't need the study permit, can start their online studies. But well, our ESL program did have a specific pathway program we call ESL +1, means like the student, if you are in the last level, you will have chance to study one undergraduate subject. But if you're on that program, you need to have a study permit. So if you just study the language parts, you don't need study permit. So that's the ESL program, the situation right now. Of course, like they will open like their semester starts same with the university will semester, January, May, and also have a September semesters. Okay.
That's good. That's good. So like if students would like to apply from now, I mean very beginning, then I think they will have to apply for January intake, right? From now on, they cannot apply for September.
Well, if they want to start ESL, they can start September, because the online course can start September, even they don't have a study permit. But if the student, undergraduate student or master programs looking for master, well, even the master program right now, January, most of deadline already passed. But undergraduate, most of programs open except the nursing program. So I will encourage all the students, you still can apply for our undergraduate program, January 2021 term. For sure that our September still accept the student, but because in order to, student have to think about when they start the online course, this kind of will work toward to the graduate post-work, graduate work permits or not. If they are, because if you study 4-year program or you study just 1-year program, so you always need to think about your status, or when you graduate, it will affect your postgraduate work permits or not. Okay.
Yep. Understand. No, good to know. I mean, thanks, Jesse, for the clarification. I think the students will be benefited out of that actually.
Okay.
So I think that that was the end of the question from the student side actually.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
So I'm just trying if Cherry is here. No, she's not here actually. So and we are like running of time as well. So I know like
Yeah.
both of you are busy, and then we have to finish the session soon. So anyway, I would like to thank you to you like for joining the session today. It was really nice to meet you, Jesse, here. And I would like to, of course, thanks to Cherry as well. But I mean, she's not here, by the way. So if she doesn't come by this time, tell her hello from my side. So it was really nice to meet you both here today. So before we finish the session, just a few words for the viewers. I mean, from your end, please.
Okay, thank you so much to have this live session, and then we can see from the comment to see I met some students. So I really welcome all the students to apply for University of Regina. So if you have any question, you either can connect with the JRK or go through them to connect with us, or you also can connect with us directly for our international.recruitment@uregina.ca. We always welcome you guys to bring all the questions for us, because right now for this time, so really hope like our support can bring you something different in your life. Because
Sure.
also, because for me, I find out that the recruitment job, it's like, it is a change a lot of our international students' life too, because like we offer you guys a very good opportunity. You study abroad, and then because that's a new journey starts in abroad too. Because I come here as an international student, so I really feel about like, everything when you come, like the question all our international student asking is really because you really care about your studies, and also some parents too, But
True.
we can say that University of Regina, Regina is it's not like say the big city like compared to Vancouver and Toronto, but it's a very good space and place to international students study here, because people from here is very, very nice, and then you can get very good support, especially for international students. We have very, very good international student service to support all the students during their study. So we are care about provide you like how to renew study permits. When you need to somebody talk, like we do have somebody advisor here to support you. So that's why like I can tell you like it is a very good place to start a journey abroad. So I hope to see everyone in the future.
All right. So thanks, Jesse and Cherry, both of you, I mean, for joining the session, as I said even earlier. So it was really a nice session with both of you. I mean, I'm definitely sure that like our students, they got to know lots of things about University of Regina and Canada as well. So hope in future we'll do more session like that. So I mean, students will get to know more. More
Yes.
will do this kind of sessions. Actually, like I think, I mean, pandemic has given us lots of things. I mean, positively and negatively.
Yes.
Of course, so it has also I mean, taught us like how we can work over the internet, over the online.
Yes,
So nowadays we are getting more chances to come to online, and we have more chances to give the informations to the students, over the online. But before that, we used to do the education fair, right?
Yes.
But now we are doing it online. So anyway, hope in next time, like maybe in November, December, we'll do one more session. So I mean,
of course,
students will get to know more and more. More we will do, more students will get to know.
Yes.
So
especially November, you will be, I think most students will have a chance to know more specific plan for January 2021 at that time. So actually like we're back to normal, or actually still online. Of course, I would like to back to the normal one, because I really miss the campus to see the student face to face.
True. Even I'm working from home today, so I'm not
Okay.
working from office. So it's very, I mean, we are based in Sweden, as you know. So like it's very
Yes.
quiet here. Even like in office, most of my colleagues, I mean, they're on vacation. So like we are,
I see.
it's boring. I mean, working from, and like due to pandemic, I mean, most of the people, they avoid to go to the offices as well. So these
Yeah.
are the other things. So we are working from home. So what I will say, thank you so much for joining the session. It was really nice session. So hopefully in future we'll do it one more time. And
Yes.
to the
For sure.
to the viewers, I would like to say thank you to all. It was really nice session indeed. um, if you would like to study in University of Regina, please feel free to contact us. On the screen, you have our website, you have our email address, you have our WhatsApp number. So please feel free to contact us, send us your documents, and we'll make the assessment, and then we'll let you know what we will have to do. So thank you for the sessions. So I would like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to Jesse. So have a good day. Bye for today. Take care
Thank you.
and
Bye.
take care. Bye bye for today. Take care. Bye.
Yeah. Take care.